Excuse me, out of my way. I'm trying to test a BMW here. I'm trying to prove to people that BMWs aren't great, but so far, out of the two I've driven, they're pretty good.
We show up.
What's going on, everybody? It's ya boy Carbon, and I'm back again, this time driving another BMW. Following the last video, I can't help but, think, like, how good are all of these BMWs? Like, are they as good as I want them to be? Are they as good as that last BMW M4, the G82 competition? Right here, I am in the BMW M3 F80, if I have that correct. If I don't have it correct, I will put it in some text down below the camera here. Anyways, that M4 was absolutely amazing. So I immediately jumped out of the server and then back into the server in another BMW. Oh! Okay, so again, that might be user error, not BMW's problem, all right? I am not the biggest fan of BMWs, and I am not afraid to hide it in a community. Oh my... Okay, so maybe it is the car. Maybe it is BMW. I'm not the biggest fan of BMWs. I like my JDMs. I like my muscle cars. Don't get me wrong. I still have a fascination and a respect. Holy shit. For most German cars, it's just not my cup of tea. This one, just like the other one, not as loud as my brap of vehicles. The RX-7s and the pops and the blow-off valves. Doesn't mean it's not a bad car, though. I mean, look at the interior of this thing. It's got the beautiful purple accents. You got the nice, big, usable touchscreen that I'm just, been using the maps here for. That way I can keep an eye on anybody, see if anybody's coming up on me. It might show up on the map. They might not. I don't know. Sometimes these GPS systems do not work inside of these cars. This is another paddle shift vehicle. I do enjoy my manuals, but it seems like most of these BMWs are paddle shifters. Okay, so the brakes are definitely different compared to the M4. I would slam on the brakes of the M4 and it would do what it had to do to get me stopped. Seems like in this car, I'm stomping on the brakes and I'm sliding all over the place. Ooh, that was a closer call right there. Excuse me, out of my way. I'm trying to test a BMW here. I'm trying to prove to people that BMWs aren't great, but so far, out of the two I've driven, they're pretty good. Now, the last video, the M4, I gave it an 8.7. That car really was amazing. I only had one crash. It wasn't even my fault. I'm just kidding. It was definitely my fault. Ooh, yeah, this one definitely does not have the brakes that I want it to. Now, that doesn't mean they can't be tuned inside of the pits. But just as if we are testing the M4, we are doing another top to bottom run on the Assetto Revival project. And we are going from the pits to the bridges. Now, sometimes we might even switch it up and start at the pit or start at the bridges and then head to the pits. But from the top to bottom, I'm basically going to get an overall consensus, my opinion, on how good the car is on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, that M4 was a pretty amazing car. It only got, an 8.7. Still a great score, but plenty of room to improve. I'm expecting cars like the other 911 GT3 RS. Both of them I'd probably put in the 9s. Oh! Again, maybe these are my problem. Maybe I'm doing this. I'm gonna start back at the pits here. All right, so ooh, look at this. Look at the roof. Look at that. Wow, give us a nice little chance to check out the vehicle. I do like the gauges here. We'll do a little outside view as well. See if there's any special features of this car. Doesn't seem like there is. No underglow, no windows rolling down, no doors opening. All right, people, I get it. God, it's just a world of BMWs. This community is just obsessed with BMWs, and I'm here to find out why. Come on your ass. Let's do some cutting. I would like to turn on my brights right now, just because, as you can see, sometimes the traffic doesn't have the brightest headlights and they can be dark at night. Whoa! That's what I get for following other BMWs. BMWs will only lead you into problems, as I'm sure you've seen in traffic in your real life. BMWs just seem to destroy the road and the flows of traffic. See if we can't get another top to bottom done here. I am on your ass. Let's go. I hope you can maintain control of the lead. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the lead from you if you don't mind. I don't trust others. Oh, just what I was talking about. I'm going to keep going. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Give me your insurance. Give me your insurance. Hey, we made it to the other side of the track. Am I missing? What happened to my car? All right, we're going to start back at the pits. Again, so far, the M3 not showing all that it could be compared to that M4. Throw it into gear again. Head down. Redlining the shit out of this car. A lot quieter inside than it is outside. But no flames? No flames? All right, had a little bit of a flame right there. See, if that was the M4, we would have made that. We would have made that. I swear, I'm going to try to convince myself that these cars are great one day. Turning the brights on. What is this, attempt number 4? Nobody seems to be in front of us to be able to cause a headache. Woo! Learning the brakes a little bit. Oh, nope, hold on. I'd say the response time is just a little bit slower than the M4 competition. So we caught back up on somebody else again. The same guy from before? Probably. I'd like to follow him as close as I possibly can, but then that reduces my reaction time when he has to swerve. Woo! See? Slammed on the brakes. I probably wouldn't have known. Looks like he went back to the pits and wanted to get out of my way. Very respectful thing to do. Once you crash and someone's behind you, just immediately spawn back to pits. You probably thought I was going on some sort of high score run. I'm not. Just testing these BMWs that these BMW lovers seem to love so much. Still a beautiful interior to the car. It does have, let me see here. It does have traction control and it does have an anti-lock braking system, nothing else. It might have a, yep, it does. It does have a downshift protection feature, keeping me from downshifting into too high of RPMs, thus destroying the engine and transmission. You notice in any of my videos where I drive manual cars, I seem to money shift and redline cars a lot. Woo! Now that was a cut right there. I mean, I know I've compared this car to the M4, but this is only the second BMW I've tested on these traffic maps. I have driven BMWs on the Nürburgring and Nordschleife. Same shit, but one's a tourist map. It doesn't mean this car, it does have worse brakes. It absolutely has worse brakes than the M4. Again, don't know if that's something I can tune. I haven't gotten that serious about too many cars. They did remove my favorite car from the Shitoko Revival Project map, and that is the Nissan Skyline R32 Hell Spec. It is now only in the 415 No Hesi map, and they don't even have a scoring system yet, so I'm gonna keep going back to the original Shitoko SRP. I'd say if the brake problem could be fixed, I mean, it doesn't mean I can't get used to it. I'd say this car would be right up there with the M4. nice. And I do love when cars have the updated interior, such as the starlights on the ceiling and the LEDs on the steering wheel, indicating my tachometer. Now, one thing this BMW doesn't have that the other one did is a digital dash. And what I mean by digital dash, I mean the hologram that can pop up on your windshield, tell you how fast you're going and what RPMs you're at. Not that I use it, but it is a nice little feature to have inside of vehicles. You know, such as these touchscreens. You know, you can watch YouTube on them. You could be live on YouTube watching yourself on the touchscreen of one of these cars. It's crazy. That's if your antivirus will allow you. Mine will not allow me to play YouTube videos. It instantly crashes the game, and then my antivirus will put the game and basically everything involved with it into like a quarantine, and there's no way for me to turn it off and get it back. So I end up having to uninstall the game and, you know, all the mods, and then reinstall everything. Quite a hassle, so I don't even try anymore. I have since messed with some settings with my antivirus, but honestly, I don't even want to risk it. Ooh, this car sounds great in tunnels. Seventh gear. Still not a gear I get to see in cars very often. I am getting more used to the brakes, and I'm using a little bit more downshifting and engine braking to help with the slowing down. As you can probably tell from the difference from how I started the video to now. You know, each car is a little different. You just got to learn it. You got different weights, different tractions, different suspensions. This is definitely not a need for speed. Or if you know how to drive one car, you basically know how to drive them all. Speaking of which, I wish I could play Need for Speed Heat, but it uses so much of your processor that is actually in danger of overheating the processor. And I was reading on the forums that this is basically a problem that Need for Speed has never fixed. So I have the game, I just can't play it. Oh shit! Okay, somebody caused that. Somebody definitely, yep, I can see on the map over there that somebody definitely caused that. Yep, they're right up there. Two cars. Oh, I'm catching up to you. Oh, I saw you hit that car. Don't act like you didn't. I saw it, and you hit the wall. Boop, boop. I'm gonna see if I can get around this guy without causing an accident. Come on, Beamers, we got this. Oh, you couldn't handle it. You let me in a bad line. Oh, shit. Never trust a BMW driver. Can't do it. We are so close to the bottom, too. So we're just gonna... Oh, that was nice. We're just gonna finish the bridge here. We started at the pits 3 times. We finally made it now down to the bridges. For the most part, I would say in a pretty calm, collective manner. This thing handled pretty well. There was a few crashes that were user error, but I would say nothing really against the car, besides the brakes. I'd like him to be a little bit more responsive. Then again, who says I can't just use the e-brake? Oh! Oh geez. All right, well, I think since that is the end of the bridge, that is going to do it for the test drive of this BMW M3. If you guys do seem to like the videos or have any suggestions, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, and also leave a comment. Let me know what I did wrong. You guys always do. Love you guys. Peace. Before I go, I guess I forgot to point out the score for this car. I am going to give it a solid 7.9 for the M3. The M4 got an 8.7. So tune in for the next video as I find out what the score is on a BMW M2. Peace.